It was really fun for us to take a turn at planning our own space because most of the time our core business is to help others plan great space. Again, post-COVID, people are looking to get back to work. Companies are bringing people back. In fact, I just had a conversation with one of the large CEOs here in Idaho who said, we now 2 years into this know that you're more productive in an office. And so how do you get people back to the office? The way you do that is with great space. So we're used to helping and giving advice to others, but we just had the chance on our new corporate headquarters to say, what do we want this space to be like? How do we want it to feel? Again, I think we want people to leave their homes. Hopefully they have a great family life where they feel like they're comfortable, they love being home, and come into work where it feels like their second family. There's a few key elements to good space, and you start there. One is light, letting natural light in, making it feel like you have a view and a vista, and natural light is a big deal. So almost every space we create, we are paying attention to how much natural light is getting into that space. That's like a key element. Secondly, is how do you create spaces that feel like they're collaborative, where people can talk and interact and get that productive energy going forward. And then lastly, how do you create spaces where you can be private when you need to be? So you combine light, collaborative space, and then traditional space where you can get into it, where you can have conversations. That's kind of the fundamentals. Another great thing that's happened just in the last 5 to 7 years is technology. You know, when we have COVID hit us and we all had to learn how to do things remotely through Zoom. I mean, Zoom became the way that we communicated. We've embraced all that technology in all of our conference rooms and all of our offices. So it makes it super easy for you to just plug right in to schedule and to get on those Zoom or Teams calls anywhere you are in the office, and to have that be seamless so that we're not fooling around with technology. Everyone can be heard and seen. So we plan that into every room too. So a couple of the elements I'll just kind of go through. We love first impressions. When you get off an elevator, you walk through a door into a space, I think the space around you tells a lot about the company. So we tried to embrace something that was cutting edge. What does the office space of the future look like? Again, as open as possible, great lighting, great natural light, and then a flow and friendliness. So one of the first things you'll notice and where you pay a lot of attention is what's the first impression. So our receptionist desk, we put a lot of thought into how that looks and feels. You know, it's not as important as the person behind the desk, because I think how they greet, their smile, their welcomeness of hey, we're here to help you, but the environment can say a lot about that too. We're here to help you. From there, where are our big meeting spaces? In this space, we found that we often have meetings, board meetings with 20 to 30 people in it, a little bit larger than a large conference room. So we put in a gathering room with the latest technology that allows us to bring everyone together around a table and really collaborate, talk about vision, talk about where we're headed with strategy. We have lots of outside board meetings here too. Wanted to create a space that people could come use and feel like they could really communicate and plan and be connected. And that's our big gathering room. We have conference rooms scattered throughout the space. And these conference rooms, again, embrace technology, make it super easy to invite others in, but also some of these rooms, I mean, you're in some conference rooms or trainings that can be many hours. So focusing on how comfortable are you going to be when you're in the room, what's the lighting, how do you bring in natural light, is that skylights, is that window lights, and where do you put those conference rooms so they're super convenient for collaborative space. The next thing we'll talk about is our collaborative areas. What happens every day at BVA is, even though you're all out doing your thing and talking and making calls and drumming up business, there are several times during the day where you need an impromptu meeting with a team member, different department, to talk about what's happening in that day. In fact, it's amazing, you know, most people get here pretty early, stay late, but how many times during the day those impromptu meetings happen? So that collaborative space is super important for us. The other thing that we pay a lot of attention to is employees, especially in today's world. They're valuable, their time's valuable. We want them feeling good, we want them staying here, we want them productive. So we do a lot on the snack, beverage side, try to meet every need with, you know, you open our fridge and you'll see protein drinks, you'll see protein supplements in there for people to be able to just stay. A lot of good coffee and beverage options for people. Caffeine runs the world. Caffeine and kerosene run BVA. So that's kind of what we do in our snack area. We want people to feel like, hey, I'm here, I'm happy, and I'm able to get the nourishment I need to stay at work and be very effective. through a pretty busy and demanding day sometimes. A lot of times people won't have time to go to lunch, so how do you provide that for them? Lastly, the office space. I mean, most people are going to spend a lot of time in the office they work in. So how, again, do you get natural light into those spaces? How do you make it a place that you want to be? What are the little tricks you can do in an office with setup and again, bringing in technology for Zoom meetings or team meetings that are still going to happen? And all of those details went into the space planning for our new office here. We're super happy to be here. I've had multiple people that work here at BVA now say, I don't want to go home. I just want to be here. It feels so good. And if they're saying that, you know, you've really hit a home run. You've done your job on planning the space.